Hi, and welcome to Low Carb Cocktails. I'm Frank, the Low Carb Cocktail Guy. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing because I think, we make good drinking buddies. Like the Outcast of the Islands, Beachbum Berry's original recipe. Stick around and see how we make it low carb. So anyway, let's get started with today's cocktail. If you've not noticed my last video where we're talking about Beachbum Berry, we're going to continue on because my last 2 years of Tiki, this might be my 4th year, I don't remember, definitely 3 years for sure. I've done Trader Vic and Donna Beachcomber a ton of times. And I've not really done the guy who we really should be paying homage to getting Tiki where it is now, to modern Tiki, and that's Jeff Berry, Beachbum Berry. It's because of him and his just diligence to find out those old recipes, because they weren't written down in a book or anything like that, or most of them weren't. So he started drinking these things and decided, hey, look, I need this, this, and this, and this. And he was playing around with different ratios and finally found stuff that tastes like what he was drinking. And bing, bang, boom, bop, it out, bop, pow. We got cocktails again. So let's go ahead and get started. And this is another one of Beachbum Berry's original recipes, from my understanding. If I'm not correct, go ahead and leave a comment below, but I'm pretty sure this is one of Jeff Berry's original recipes. And this is the Outcast of the Island. We're gonna go ahead and shoot and make this one low carb. So this cocktail has a ton of flavor. There's so many different ingredients that have completely opposite flavors of what you would expect in Tiki, and some you do. We're gonna start with the main spirit, so why not? And I know you should start with the cheapest ingredient first, and I'm drinking it, I don't care. So we're gonna start off with gin. Where's my gin? Where's my gin? Gin. So I don't know if I have enough. All right, so all right, I am out of my 7.3. I am out of Sugar Fields. So, no, that's vodka. There we go. Here we go. Another Louisiana gin. It's a fairly new one. Solu from Distillery Acadienne in Lafayette. This one's really, really nice. Another New World style gin. Not super juniper forward. And this one's got some honeysuckle in it. So we're going to go ahead and do 1.5 ounces of this. So now, because I'm using this particular gin, the flavor profile really won't be the same as, and I'm dropping shit, won't be the same as Jeff Berry's, because I believe he uses a London Dry. I'm just personally not a fan of London Dry. Hey, use a Tanqueray, use a Beefeaters, go ahead, I'm not gonna say nothing. And so next we go ahead and 1 ounce of lime juice. And this is gonna be 2 grams of carbs. 1 ounce. And next we're going to be doing a 1/2 ounce of a ginger liqueur. There's a lot of ginger liqueurs on the market. All of them are pretty sweet, but low carb. But I got a 0 carb one over here. This is infused spirits. What they do is they take, like, I don't know if you can see it, but like there's ginger in the bottle. There's ginger in the bottle. So they take their vodka, they put some ginger in it, they bottle it and send it out for sale. So 0 carbs, because it's just a vodka with ginger in it. And there's no sweet and there's no sugars added to it. And it's got some ginger on it. So we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of a ginger liqueur, which I'm using, like I said, keeping it low carb, infused spirits, ginger vodka, 0 carbs. Next, one of my favorite Tiki ingredients, cinnamon syrup. So cinnamon syrup, pretty easy to make. Take some cinnamon sticks, boil them, about a cup of water. Boil the cinnamon sticks, about 4 to 6, depending on how strong you want it. Once that cools down, pull your cinnamon sticks out, add your allulose, 0 net carbs in your cinnamon syrup. And we'll be doing a 1/2 ounce of this. And that's where cinnamon is just such a great ingredient in Tiki. And next we can go with a 1/4 ounce of orgeat. You watch all my videos, Monin sugar free. There's a couple of other brands out there, like Tarani makes one. There's a lot of people who make sugar-free almond syrup. The kind you just put in your coffee if you like almond coffee. But this is a perfect, my opinion, the perfect stand-in for orgeat in low-carb cocktails. I like the Monin better, I should say best, because it has a nice consistency, a nice viscosity on it, more so than some of the other ones. And it's super almond forward. So the next thing is gonna be Herbsaint. Herbsaint is 0 carbs. And this is an answer to absinthe. Absinthe was banned in the US for a very long time. Go Google absinthe ban in the US and in the history of it. The wine people got crazy and they lied about absinthe and got it banned basically worldwide. And it's made a resurgence. And it, back in the early 2000s, and if I'm not mistaken, 2007 is when absinthe was put back in. So this uses so little, 1/8 of a teaspoon. And absinthe, or Herbsaint in this case, because absinthe has wormwood in it, or Herbsaint doesn't, so that's basically the only difference. And that's what was they were claiming were made people hallucinate. The green fairy, you know, if you've not heard that. Anyway, so this is only going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit of my cap with an eyedropper. I'm going to go do 4 drops. And that is it. That is it. So it's 1/8 of a teaspoon, not much at all. This has a super, super strong anise note to it. If you're not familiar with anise, black licorice. So if you like black licorice, you'll love this stuff. And if you don't like black licorice, you're gonna love this in cocktails. So, one more ingredient, but we're not putting in here yet. Just kind of keeping myself kind of safe here. We'll go over that in a minute. So we're gonna take some ice. Scoop. Put this in here. Give this a really good shake. And we're going to strain this into a rocks glass with some fresh ice. And this is now the last ingredient. Why I didn't put it in here, because it's carbonated, and don't seal and shake anything carbonated. The pressure is going to build up. The tins are going to come apart, and you're going to be wearing your drink instead of drinking it. Squeeze out your shirt, suck on your collar, I don't know. But don't shake carbonation. So we're going to do 1 ounce of ginger beer, diet ginger beer, Gosling, 0 carbs. So really, the only carbs in this drink is the lime juice. All right, now for garnish, we're gonna do a lime twist. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can use a channel knife like this. I personally have trouble making ribbons and twists, mostly ribbons, I guess you could say. It's more of a ribbon or spiral. There you go, spiral. With this, with limes specifically. Oranges, lemons, not so much, but the skin on limes, I find them kind of difficult. So what I do instead, little garnish class here, is we're gonna cut out a wheel. You know, about a 1/4 inch thick. Now you'll cut that wheel clean in half, and just to make it a little bit easier, I'll cut through the flesh across the other way, so now it kind of opens up. Now what you do now is you just cut all that flesh out all around here. And this method is a little bit of work, but it makes such a nice, pretty garnish. It's clean, it's got straight lines, everything's nice. Now you still get a little bit of the flesh left and a lot of the pith. So take a nice sharp knife, turn it sideways, and just work through the pith and the flesh. Just be careful not to go too deep and cut your skin. So once you've done that, you have a nice, clean, you know, fruitless circle of lime. So when you'll take that, you'll twist it in a spiral. You can always use a straw. Is a good way to do that. You'll wrap it around your straw really, really tight. and just kind of hold it in place for a couple of seconds. Let me put this away. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the way this is served at Latitude 29 is, I believe it's like in a stemmed glass with an ice cone. I'm not that fancy. So we got a rocks glass and some fresh ice. So once you get your twist pretty tight around your spoon, about your straw, I mean, you can use a bar spoon if you have one of those, and I lost my bar spoon. Small room, I lost it, I don't know. Just pull that down off the straw. Then you have a nice little lime spiral that you can set on your glass. And now you have Outcast of the Islands by Jeff Berry. Oh, that's so good. Last time I made this, I used a little too much of the Herbsaint. In my head, I went 1/8 of an ounce instead of 1/8 of a teaspoon. Big difference. Big difference. Big difference. This one, so much more balanced. Beautiful. I mean, you pick up the almond for sure, the lime juice with the gin. Gin's a nice little addition. I love tiki cocktails that those little twist in things and add something other than rum. The Outcast of the Islands is a perfect example of how other spirits work really, really nicely in tiki cocktails. All right, guys, as always, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day, because I'm okay with being outcast on an island if I got a bunch of these. See y'all later.